So hello everyone, welcome to our first YouTube tutorial for 2022. So those of you who are new here, my name is Mike Ingledew and I'm all about making you successful with your integrated product support strategies, whether that's identifying the right standards or specifications, looking for the right software and tools to support you on your integrated product support journey, or just upskilling yourself or learning new techniques, or just learning from a slightly portly middle-aged man some of the tales from my journey working in this sector, in this industry for a very long time. So that's what we're about here. And so if you've not subscribed, please do subscribe, hit the little bell button, and you'll get notified when I release something. Now, the reality is that I've said this before, I'll say it again, YouTube is not my sole focus in life. Right now, I'm working on 4 consultancies, of which 3 of them are really taking quite a lot of my time in identifying software solutions for specific clients. So YouTube is something that I just put some of my ramblings on there, or if I get a really good question that I think we could all benefit from and we could all learn from, I think then I will do a tutorial and put it on there. I try my best to get something out once a week, but when I get busy, unfortunately, YouTube does take a little bit of a back burner. So let's give you an update on what it is that we've been doing. So we ran TDW Live last year, which was actually really good. It went down exceptionally well. You know, we had a whole raft of you online, and we had some of you in the hallway, which was fantastic to see people again, and it was fantastic to learn from those that have, whilst we've not been meeting face to face, a lot of people have still done a lot of work in terms of you know, developing their IPS strategies, or you know, and certainly the software vendors are starting to develop their tools to support the wider S series specification. Now, I did originally try to do this vlog on my motorbike. I took you out, I had a camera on my motorbike, and we went out. I got back and the sound was terrible. So I might just put some B-roll over of us out on the bike, and I was chatting away to you, but it didn't work. Now, why did I go out on the bike? One, it needed a run. It's not been out for a little while, but 2, I'm using it for some TDW Plus tutorials that I've got planned. We're actually going to use a proper bike, something that actually makes sense from a complex product perspective. So on TDW Plus, you're going to see more of the motorbike, and you're going to see more tutorials around how we adopt things like the S series and how do we implement things like S1000D. That's why we were out. So I'll put some B-roll up if we are going to, you know, rather than look at this middle-aged face. But if you would like to see more of that kind of thing, I want to actually, because we're now coming out of lockdown here in the UK, and it looks like we're able to travel, I'm going to talk a bit more about that very shortly, is that I want to take you with me. I want you to go and meet the people that I meet where we're allowed, or tell you a little bit if I have to talk in a kind of wishy-washy fashion, as I often have to with some of the projects that I'm supporting, take you with me and kind of try and give you a sense for the problems that I'm trying to fix with my customers for their projects, etc. So if you want to see more of that kind of thing, give us a little thumbs up or send me a comment, and I'll make sure that we do that. Something a little bit different, something that nobody's really doing in our market, and well, nobody's really doing this in our market, to be honest, but that's what I want to do. So we did TDW Live. It was fantastic. I've done an article for the magazine, which you can go and read online for free. Go and create an account on our website, and I wrote about the 10 things that I took away from TDW Live, and that was things from like succession planning, those that think the S series is pointless, to those that think the S series is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. We talked a lot about digital twin and digital thread and those kind of things. So if you want to read a bit more about that, go create an account on our website. Now, one of the reasons, not only am I busy, but one of the reasons that I've not been super active here on the tubes is because after the conference, both Claire and I contracted the dreaded COVID word, and you've got to be careful how you use it on YouTube. I understand that they've got some AI that looks out for people that are using it or talking about it. anyway, it took me nearly a month and a half to get over that. And I'm still, and Claire is still struggling a little bit at the moment with occasionally our sense of taste and our sense of smell goes a bit off. The gyro tilts a little bit. So I'd be interested to know if any of you guys have had the same kind of experience. We're all fine now and everything's back to normal. I did speak to a couple of you that went to the conference, and some of you are saying that you're still tired after contracting it. So we shared the love at TDW Live. But hopefully back online now, back up, and we have set the dates for TDW Live this year. So go and make sure you get on our mailing list. So because in March we'll be announcing the tickets and we'll be doing all of the early birds. Already got some sponsors from some key vendors. So really pleased with that, and we've already got a really good theme planned for this year. I think that whilst I'm not a big blue sky thinker, I'm a bit more of a practical, okay, how do we make things happen kind of guy, and that's where I want TDW Live to go. So there's a number of industry events happening this year, and I've been invited to 2 in the States. One I'm definitely going to, which is the Raytheon ILS User Forum, which will be in Tucson. I'll put a link down below. I'm going to do some more for YouTube over the coming weeks on helping, kind of promote that event and talk about what the kind of stuff that I'll talk about there. But I'm definitely going to Tucson, COVID and all that kind of stuff reliant, and making sure that, nothing goes slightly off a kilter. I'll be there. And I'm presenting. So if you are coming to the Raytheon Eagle IPS event, ILS event, sorry, then do come and say hello, and we can sit and have a chat and have a coffee. I know that I'm meeting a couple of the vendors there, and we are going to do a couple of podcasts. Yes, podcasts are coming back. We're going to do some podcasts. We're going to do a bit more for YouTube. We're going to learn a bit more about what those guys are up to. The second one, I need your opinion, I need your thoughts, is that I have been invited to the S1000D/ATA User Forum in Renton, in Washington, and I've been asked to go along and help promote the event, and I've been asked to maybe cover it from a media perspective, and so do some blogs and also present. Now, I'm actually quite keen to go because I know that some of the TDW members are going to be there from a vendor perspective, and it'll be nice to catch up and see what you guys are up to. But I would really like to know if you guys are going, and I'm talking about not from a vendor perspective, because I know the vendors in the main are going to turn up. I'm thinking about from the attendee perspective, so people that are actually making this stuff happen. If you are going, I'd be really, give me a thumbs up, send me a note, connect with me on LinkedIn, just let me know, because I'm a little bit unsure whether to, I've been completely transparent with the guys at ATA saying I'm not sure whether I want to go, purely because I'm not sure how many people are actually going. And so I would be keen to get your thoughts on whether you're going. And if you are going, then maybe that would be the tipping point for me, and I will see you there. It would be nice to sit and have a chat with some of you, and discuss some of your IPS challenges, some of the problems that you might be having, and maybe we could share a coffee and do a podcast or something along those lines. Either way, let me know if you're going. If there's a number of you that come back and say you are going, I will sign up. I will go. And the guys at ATA have kindly offered me a discount code. So if I do go, I can offer a discount code to you guys that want to go. So get in touch with me about that as well if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So what else is happening this year? I've mentioned TDW Live. There's a rumor of an IPS event happening in Vienna later this year. Keep posted here, subscribe. I'll keep you posted on that, let you know whether I'm going to go. There's a couple of other events that are happening, certainly in the UK here. Farnborough Air Show is back on this year. DVD is happening again here in the UK. So I plan to be at both of those. So if you're going to those, come say hello. Let's have a chat. So what can you expect from us at TDW this year? Well, another reason I was out on my motorbike the other day before the weather turned grim here again in the UK is I'm actually planning, providing Monsieur Macron and the rest of the European Union allow us, I will be doing a road trip on my motorbike, and I'm planning on going down through France, maybe drop in and see the guys at 4D Concepts, and then I'm going to go and do a bucket list kind of tour. But I want to do it in a way that I can drop in and see as many of you as I possibly can. So there's a few things I want to tick off. I plan to do it on my motorbike, and hopefully we can meet up. So just for interest, I'll put the picture of the route that I'm planning on taking to go around Europe. So I'll be I'll be vlogging that, but not on this channel. It's something else that I do as a kind of a side hobby with my photography. Have I mentioned I'm into photography? So so I'll be doing that there. And there's a couple of other things I need to talk about. TDW Plus members, I've done a tutorial. I think it's about an hour and a half. I can't remember off the top of my head. For TDW Plus members, I've done a tutorial on the latest issue of S1000D. If you missed it, there was a point release of S1000D just before Christmas, and whilst it was a small release, there's a couple of interesting things in there. I've written a piece for the magazine, so you can go and read the piece that's in there. And but for TDW Plus members, I've talked about it in a bit more detail, how we can actually benefit from this release of S1000D. So you can go and watch that. And so in support of that, I'm getting a lot of questions from TDW Plus members. Where is the IPS Toolkit? So because of COVID, because I'm so busy, etc. And as Millie would say, these are not excuses, these are reasons. And it just got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. The good news is, because we delayed it and the S1000D community released the point release to S1000D, we've actually added something to the IPS Toolkit now, which will support that capability that's now available inside the 5.0.Bravo. But the IPS Toolkit is now with the software developers having an installer built. We've bought all the signing certificates, we've got all the templates together, everything is ready. TDW Plus members are going to get access to it very, very shortly. So, and we are making it very much a public beta release to TDW Plus members. So you can then go and have a play with it. You can send your comments, your feature requests and feedbacks. We're actually working on something else with the guys at Corel, Mine Manager, that I think is super interesting and super exciting. And so keep your eyes peeled for that. We had our first kind of discussion about it this week, and they've kind of bought in to what it is that I want to achieve from the IPS Toolkit, which is fantastic. So lots going on. And so whilst I've been quiet on YouTube, you guys are sending in some fantastic questions. A great one came in today from Norway. You know who you are. I'm going to answer you. It sounds really, really interesting, your question. So I'm going to have a look at that. I have also been asked about the CPF, the change proposal that I'm chairing for, or heading up on behalf of the UK for the ESNS community, for those in the electrical powered platforms. I had a meeting with a few people this week. It's happening. We're going to push it through. We've got a slightly different strategy. So if you want access to, or you want to get involved with that particular change proposal form, and it's specifically for those of you who have got an interest in electrical powered engines or electrical powered vehicles, and you are wanting to adopt S1000D and you are looking for support around the SNS structures, get in touch, because I'm setting up a focus group, an industry group of special interest, if you like. And I want to capture as many of your thoughts and what you need for the SNS structures. So there's a whole load of stuff. I'm just checking my notes here, making sure I've got everything. So I've talked about the Raytheon event. I've talked about the S1000D event. I've talked about TDW Live, the new tutorial that's available to TDW Plus members. Everybody who's a TDW Plus member, I thank you. Thank you for your support. And, you know, we've got a stack of you on there now. And I'm now going to start canvassing you what you want from tutorials to go on to TDW Plus to help you on your journey when using things like the S series or S1000D specifically, or other stuff. Getting lots of questions around software tools. My emphasis now is more doing some tutorials on how to use the IPS Toolkit correctly. So there you go. Sorry I've been quiet on YouTube, but as I've mentioned, it's not my primary focus. It's not my primary goal. I'm going to try and be better. I promise you I will try and be better. But until next time, stay safe. If you're going to any of those events, ping me, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be more than happy to sit and have a coffee with you and have a chat. And training schedule. I've been asked about training schedule. We're going to publish one very shortly of TDW Plus members and your live sessions that we're going to be doing. So enjoy, stay safe. Any questions, any thoughts, any kind of subjects that you want me to cover on the channel, get in touch. More than happy to engage with you. I'm a little bit slow at the moment, so actually Claire's monitoring my emails. But again, deep apologies for being very, very silent and quiet here. Take care, stay safe, speak to you all soon. If you're going to any of those events, let's catch up.